In its first year, the Black and Gold City Goes Green Youth Community Partner Program worked with students at the Kingsley Association, Propel Andrew Street High School, and Pittsburgh Science and Technology Academy to work on environmental issues in their neighborhoods. At the Kingsley Association, students enrolled in the Junior Urban Leadership Institute, or JULI, decided that recycling was an important environmental issue that they could impact. At first, they focused on the usual suspects, paper and plastic. Later, we decided to work with compost piles and rain barrels, which would recycle organic waste and water at the Larimer Community Garden. Chandel Koto, manager of the Larimer Community Garden, gave us some great advice on how to start a compost pile and why it's so important to our local environment.
At the top it tells you that compost is the end product of decaying organic material. That's anything. You, me, dogs, anything that's organic material living will break down and turn into topsoil or compost. You can take an old plastic garbage can with a lid, poke some holes in it, and start your compost bin just like that. And when you're ready to turn it, you just roll the can, across, roll it a couple times, and before you know it, you got your own plant food. Because a lot of people use compost to feed their plants instead of using like Miracle Grow or fertilizer because it's cheaper and you can make it yourself.
For the environment.
We asked Lisa Brown of the 9 Mile Run Watershed Association to share some of her rain barrel expertise with us. We learned that composting is an important way to reduce the amount of waste that goes into a landfill. It's easy to do in one's own backyard, and it can help improve your garden's soil. We also learned that rain barrels store water for your garden that would otherwise be going into the crowded sewer system. At Pittsburgh Science and Technology Academy, students in Miss Zelli's environmental science class explored the carbon footprint of the food they eat. We learned about the problems of industrialized farming practices, including pesticides, soil erosion, and high travel costs. Students in Miss Zelli's class wanted to make a difference in their community's food habits by growing their own food in a window garden as an example of urban agriculture. Window gardens are a great way for anyone to grow their own food in a little amount of space and ensure that their food is pesticide-free. The concept of a window garden is simple. Nutrient-rich water is pumped up tubing, which then waters the connected column of plants. It is a soilless hydroponic system. Instead of soil, plants in a window garden attach their roots to clay pellets. Miss Zelli and the class started to grow their own vegetables in their school and educated their fellow classmates about the impact of the food that they eat. Propel Andrew Street High School, the third school to be a Black and Gold City Goes Green Youth Community Partner, also focused on their food's carbon footprint. We examined our nation's dependence on factory farming for meat. Miss Whitehead's class took a trip to the East End Food Co-op, where they found out that responsibly grown and local food can be purchased close to home. Kara, from the Food Co-op, explained to us how locally and organically grown food prices work and how buying local supports local farmers.
Our local farmers, small local organic farmers, and you probably know from the things that you've been reading that big scale farmers get a lot of subsidies from the government, and that reduces your price for buying their products. Small family farmers don't get those big amounts of money from the government, so their products are more expensive. So that's one thing that you might notice. But some people would think that the trade-off is better because, like I said, that money is going into our local community and it's not being funneled out to another community or for other people, other places.
Kara also explained how great food doesn't have to travel hundreds of miles, and supporting local co-ops means that we can have access to local, delicious, environmentally friendly food, like peanut butter. Funding for the Youth Community Partners program was provided by the Heinz Endowment's Pathways to Sustainability grant. The Youth Community Partner program engages local youth to make a difference in our neighborhoods, and that makes Pittsburgh even cooler.